G'day everyone and welcome to the September 2021 edition of Australian Model Railway News. Now, before we get into the news and updates, if there is any specific information that you are looking for in particular, it is all in the description below as well as in the slider bar. Everything is marked accordingly. So let's get into the news. To kick off this month, Australian Railway Models have released photos of their HO scale C38 class 462 Pacific Express passenger locomotive in red with black lining. They've also said that this will be available in November 2021, so keep an eye on stockists in your area. So here's a few details about these models' features. Detailed cabin interior including floating footplate, separately applied body detailed parts, accurately represented motion mechanisms, realistic mechanical mechanisms, authentic knuckle-style couplers, dual position drawbar for close tender coupling, and although they are a DC model, they will be DCC ready, which means you just have to buy a decoder to pop into it if you want to get it to work on DCC. Now, the sweet spot about this locomotive is its price point. Its recommended retail price is $299 Australian, and for a DCC ready locomotive, steam locomotive, Australian prototype locomotive, that's fantastic value for money, especially for those people who are looking to get into the hobby and are a bit daunted by the price point of some other ready to run steam locomotives. I think this will sell and be extremely popular. Now, this isn't their first release. They have done a C38 before, an unstreamlined one, and I believe that is incredibly hard to get now, and it sold very, very well. So I look forward to seeing this streamlined C38. IDR Models BBW wagons are now out. There are 12 pack options with a total of 36 different road numbers and 3 different colours and different marking options available. These represent what they were like from their introduction from the 1920s through to the 1990s. The model features: highly detailed, ready to run in HO scale, injection molded, high quality plastic body, die cast wagon underframe, full brake rigging and underfloor detail, semi-scale metal rimmed spoked wheels, genuine KD 158 WUISKE couplers, semi-scale metal disc wheels, and will operate on a minimum 18-inch radius curve. A pack of these BBW wagons will set you back $225 from your local IDR stockist. As well as that, I do have a few extra photos of their upcoming derm and trailer release. Stephen Johnston Models have added the BPP plough van to their web store along with a few other items. These kits feature polyurethane castings, brass castings, acetate window material, brass and nickel silver wire, a decal set, nickel silver and phosphor brown etches, Allen Gibson wasted bearings, bogie mounted screws. You will of course need to provide your own wheels and couplers, and these kits are selling for $90 each. They've also redone the 2AF Dean bogies, which are now made of etchings and castings. These are selling for $21 each, as well as the 2AQ bogies and hook coupler adapter pocket for the tenders of brass locos have been added for $15. They will be adding more stock of the BPP to the web shop as they get packed. They have also added a feature where you will get an email notification when an out of stock item comes back into stock. So if you have missed out on the first batch, make sure you get an email notification set up so you don't miss out on the next release. Powerline Models have released photos of the New South Wales SRA Candy 48 class Mark I locomotives, and they are still hopeful for a 2021 delivery. They've stated that at present the DCC decoder delivery has been the main hold-up, but everything else is ready to go. Order forms are only available on their Facebook, or you can request them via email. There are 4 numbers to select from: 4808, 4811, 4827, and 4841. Prepaid advanced order is $300 for a DC, which is DCC sound ready, and $400 for a DCC sound-fitted locomotive, which has sound files added by DCC Sounds Fitted. This includes postage within Australia. Cooper Green has released a 3D printed body, which is designed to fit on top of the Wombat Models C30T chassis to make an Australian Railways RX class locomotive. Only the bogie variants are available at the moment, but a 6-wheel tender is possibly in the works. Cooper has said that all questions are welcome via the email on the order form if they need more information. The price is $95 per print set, with $15 extra for postage available anywhere in Australia. For more information, he has asked that you contact him through his Facebook profile. Also, if you are interested in the Wombat Models C30T, they are available through Wombat Models on their website, and you're looking at about $450 for a locomotive. Antons Trains have some new unique cast models. A luggage tug for station platform, a luggage tug with 4 carts and 4 suitcase loads, box loads. All models shown have been painted and detailed, however, some items are sold unpainted and unassembled. They also have a new HO scale 60-foot well-type New South Wales Government Railways turntable with stepper motor. This is a complete unit and is sold painted and ready to run. This model features a motorised table with stepper motor and microprocessor control, pre-programmed for 12-degree exits. The bridge length is 209mm with a cutout of 220mm. One piece formed metal well for great strength. Metal sections are reinforced. Polyurethane bridge for detail. Etched brass handrails and nickel silver track. The motorised unit comes with a 2-metre power cable and switch unit, and is ready to install and connect. This turntable will set you back $435 plus postage. And as well as that, they do have quite a large selection of model railway accessories, line-side bits and pieces, and Antons Trains is definitely worth checking out for adding that little bit of extra detail to your Australian model railway. Elite Model Services have released a statement about their company regarding where they are for the moment. Now, you might remember Elite Model Services from a previous video where they released an 8300 SAR Guards Van kit, which has reportedly been an extremely popular product. However, due to a number of reasons stated on their Facebook, they have closed the books on builds this year. They do offer customization options, as seen here with a smoke-fitted Train Builder H-Class. Dan has also said, "I appreciate all our loyal customers' patience and thank you for all your ongoing support. And if anyone would like any additional information, to please contact them there on their Facebook personally." An update from Casula Hobbies on their Z19 project. They have posted photos of the Z19 production featuring tender assembly, boilers and other parts. The Z19 features DCC sound, heavily die-cast metal chassis, boiler and footplate, ABS metal with separately applied detail, stainless steel tyres on all wheels, all-wheel pickup, engine and tender, metal handrails, genuine KD 158 couplers, fore and aft. These will arrive factory painted and decorated, and they do recommend a minimum 18-inch radius curve for operation. They'll also feature RP25/88 flanges, operating LED lights, front and rear on light-fitted models, and with a choice of different locomotive numbers and tender types. They have said that these are due on the 21st of November 2021 with a price of $750 for a DC model, which is of course DCC ready, and $895 for a DCC and sound fitted model. They also have the Silverman's New South Wales Railways RUB cars, which are now back in stock and available on their website for $59.95. As well as that, they have released the Arnott's Biscuit vans with 6 different pack numbers and 3 different options priced at $198 for a pack. These HO models of the ABVs feature correct post-war standard steel underframe, smooth paneling, separately etched brakes, separately etched braces, disc wheels, KD 158 WUISKE couplers, and the full Westinghouse brake gear. DCC Central, formerly Models and More, is now up and running, with a new website outlining all their products for building up a DCC system using the DigiGuise components and parts. For point motors, interfaces, power boosters, current sensing detection, and more, as well as decoders, speakers, and ramp meters. They have also uploaded a 6-minute video featuring the fantastic DigiGuise DR5000 operating LocoNet protocol, operating JMRI, and Steve Todd's engine driver app, which in my opinion is extremely interesting to see where the possibilities of, I guess, customized locomotive control is heading. Really interesting stuff. They've also asked me to pass on that the sale of the former business, Models and More, is also available. And from what they tell me, it sounds like it will be pretty much a turnkey business. So if you want to know more details, please contact them. Something, I guess, a bit more into where some aspects of this hobby are going. Over on Thingiverse, VR workshops have uploaded a file for 3D printed BV or OB pass cars. These kits will fit on steam era models W passenger car underframes. The BV, which are the second class cars that were introduced to the Victorian railways between 1898 and 1900, and 2 OB cars which were ran in service from 1898 and 1899 to 1907. So you do need to have a 3D printer to do this, but that's pretty grouse. I've also been told that they will be uploading the 2 Pioneer cars used on the vintage train, and the model itself is better than the BV as the detail is more advanced. So keep an eye out for that. Some news from Auscision. The HO scale New South Wales CDY open wagons and NQKY container wagons have arrived and are now in stock. Pre-orders were posted out last week, and they've also added an unannounced version to the production run, which is also available now. The details about these: they are ready to run, plastic ABS body, black and metal disc wheels, which are RP25110s, scale-sized metal knuckle couplers, highly detailed underframes, separately applied metal parts, metal and plastic handrails, highly detailed bogies, factory painted and decorated, an 18-inch recommended minimum radius. They'll operate on code 70, 83 and 100 rail. The open wagons, there are 3 different body versions with 11 different options, with separately applied air hoses and internal wagon details. The open wagons will cost you $300 for a pack of 4, plus the NOCY open wagon, black and blue single car, wagon number NOCY 34652 for $75. Eureka Models have announced a rerun of the New South Wales Government Railways LOCO 40 class. It will be available in new numbers and will be available in original green, royal blue, Tuscan and Cliffs Robe River mining with locos 4901 and 4902. These will come in 3 different variations, as in first service at the Pilbara, as modified with the centre axles removed, and as preserved. Eureka has said that this will be available in the second half of 2022 with a pre-order price of $330 for a DC model, or for an additional $140 you can have DCC and sound fitted. So in a super last minute addition to this episode, Breaking news, the Ixion J-Class locomotive has arrived on our shores and is now available from purchase from your local Ixion stockist. The Victorian Railways J-Class locomotive is currently available and will set you back $595. There are 10 road numbers available plus unnumbered versions. These are a cast metal boiler and chassis. They have sprung buffers, cab glazing, pickups from all driver and tender wheels, scale model coupling rods, DCC and sound ready with a 21-pin socket, although the speaker is not included, and they are a limited production run to 1600 models. So just a quick note on these, they do not come DCC fitted from the factory and you'll have to provide your own speaker. So that's some exciting news for a much anticipated model. I do have one on order, and when I pick mine up, I will of course make a review, so stay tuned for that. Buckambool model trains are now importing highly detailed injection molded N-scale 20 and 40 foot standard and refrigerated shipping containers with paint schemes appropriate for Australian models. Pad printed paintwork is crisp and features accurate end container detailing. Dimensions are on par with containers from Deluxe Innovations, Walthers, JTC, Athearn and more, and will fit all N-scale container flat wagons accordingly. 40-foot containers are fitted with 3 magnets, top and bottom, and the 20-foot containers are fitted with 1 magnet on top and bottom for weight and double stacking. Refrigerator containers come without magnets. Spares are available on request. Prices start at $20 for a pair of 20 or 40-foot standard containers, $22 for a pair of 20-foot refrigerated, and $25 for a pair of 40-foot refrigerated. They will also be getting in 45 and 53-foot containers shortly, although not strictly Australian, however. Although no new updates from SDS, I thought I'd point out something quite interesting that's happened. Trainworld and Melbourne are offering a half-price prepay on pre-order price. Try saying that 10 times fast. So if you pay a 50% deposit, you will get the SDS pre-order price, plus be guaranteed to get the model you ordered. You can do this via the Trainworld website or give them a ring directly. I think this is great. It is much better than doing the mail-away system that majority of manufacturers in Australia are still using. So a good bit of forward thinking from Trainworld. In a late update, SDS's Real Trains Not Road Trains and Great Southern Locomotives are now out, which are priced at $295 for a DC model and $425 for a DCC and sound fitted loco. And I guess this now rounds out SDS's Mammoth NR release. From the newly relocated Argyle Loco Works, they have said that the Accuraft Cranmore Peckett 040 in 16mm scale is now going into production, which is offered in 5 liveries, including Sir John Grace as preserved at the Puffing Billy Railway. So place your order now to be sure to obtain one of these models of your choice. These are scaled at 16mm or 1 foot or 1/19 scale. These are gas-fired locomotives and are gauge adjustable from 32mm and 45. They are priced at $2,984 including GST and are due in the first quarter of 2022. So something I've had a few messages about, and it's not exactly railway related, but it's pretty close, and that's trams. Traction scale models specialise in 3D printed model tram kits in all scales, and according to their website, they are also printed here rather than by a third party, which is very cool. They make trams from Melbourne, Geelong, Ballarat, as well as Brisbane, Adelaide and Sydney, with more to come in both HO and O gauge. These are static models, but they can be powered, and for a powered kit, Greg King's power trucks and functional Q-car trolley poles are available. So something a little bit different, but something very handy for people modelling some of those regional towns or cities where trams are very much a part of the transport network and something that I think are slightly underrepresented. And they're in HO, which is a nice common scale instead of being at a scale. Like there are some 00 trams around and have been for a while, but yeah, pretty neat. Wuskie Models have uploaded a picture of the HJS Queensland Railways open wagon. Although they haven't posted much more information aside from made in Queensland, I guess we have to assume that this will be a rerun or retool of the previous released HO and 3.5 scale model. So that's all for model railway news. What are you most excited for this month? Let us know in the comments below. Now, on to exhibition news. The Gold Coast Model Railway Club has an open day on the 2nd of October from 10 till 4 with N, HO, OO, G, HO and 3 running their clubs at Argyle. The Mount Gambier Model and Hobby Show will be held over the October long weekend at St Paul's Catholic Church, Mount Gambier. AMRA Queensland Open Day and Buy, Swap and Sell will be on the 16th of October at the club rooms at Zilmere. On the 7th of November in Brisbane, the Railway Modelers Club of Queensland will hold a Buy, Swap and Sell Open Day at their club rooms at Buckley Park, which is 20 Terrace Road, Brendale, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Over 40 tables of new and pre-loved items for sale, as well as their large G, HO, HO&3 and N-scale layouts will be operating. The Australian Model Railway Association Western Australia has an open day on December the 5th. Moving into next year, Cowes in Victoria. On the 15th and 16th of January, the Phillip Island and District Model Railway Show at the Senior Citizens Hall in Cowes from 10 till 5 Saturday and 10 till 4 Sunday. Over the 19th and 20th of March, the Bundaberg Model Train and Hobby Expo will be held at the Bundaberg Multiplex and Sports Convention Centre. The Yarra Valley Model Railway Club has said that their exhibition, which is held over the Easter long weekend in Melbourne, will be back in 2022 with more details to come. The Golden Valley Model Railway exhibition that was slated for mid-October has also been cancelled. Also, there have been a number of cancellations, mainly in Victoria, including the Australian Model Railway Association's Glen Iris's Open Day, which was slated for this next month, for October. But due to the current situation, you can probably guess why it's been cancelled. Now, if you are a member of a club, Model Railway Club, and you have an exhibition or an open day coming up anytime soon, whether it's this year or next year, please get in contact with me so I can keep adding it to these segments so we can get the message out there and make your event nice and popular to spread this great hobby of ours. So obviously with the ongoing situation, although hopefully ending soon, state of affairs, do keep an eye on what's happening state to state so you can keep up to date with whether things are open or not. Personally though, I can't wait to be able to get back into being able to go to an exhibition. I only went to one this year for obvious reasons, but I do have high hopes of being able to get to as many as I can in the next year. And of course, when I do, there'll be a video, so stay tuned for that. So as you can tell throughout this video, there has been some new inclusions, which is the inclusion of little snippets of some of the people who watch this channel's layouts, because I thought it'd be a great way to start sharing, well, that we don't all have an exhibition layout and that we're all at different stages. And I thought it'd just be a good way to show off a little bit more of what everyone's up to. So if you do have some footage you'd like to contribute to the show, there is some details. So just email me or message me and I'll send you through what is required if you do want to throw in a bit of footage. So we now hopefully have an end to our current situation. And with that, I'm opening up offers again. If you have a model railway in Victoria, no matter what the scale is or type, and you would like me to come and showcase it on an episode or on a standalone episode, send us a message. I've got a few people who have already put their hand up from when I did ask this last time, but obviously due to current reasons, it didn't happen. So that will happen and you'll start getting, I'd like to start showing off more people's layouts so we can all see what everyone's up to. And I think that'd be pretty cool to share more about the hobby and everything like that. Anyway, this month's question, what's next? What's the next big innovation in model railways? Once it was DCC, then you hear people say it's static grass. What's next? I think it's gonna be battery. I think you're gonna see more locomotives coming out. I mean, we've already got locomotives coming out with Stay Alive. I think you'll end up seeing completely battery operated locomotives, which I think would add, especially for an operations side of things, something really interesting that they have to stop for fuel. And like if they could wirelessly charge like you can with a phone, that'd be cool. And I think that'd be something that I think we might see starting to come into the hobby. But yeah, that's my guess for what the next big thing we'll see in the hobby. If you have an opinion on that, drop it in the comments and let us all know what you reckon will be the next big innovation in model railways. All right, so that's it for September 2021. I'd just like to take a quick second to say thank you to everyone who has watched all the videos that have been coming out, especially these news videos. Thank you so much for watching them. And a massive shout out to the Patreons who give me heaps of motivation to keep going. It's really, really great to see so many people getting behind these videos and the channel and everything like that. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, because the more subscribers, well, the better it all seems to tick along. Anyway, hopefully we're out of this current situation soon, and I will be bringing you more videos, whether it's model railways, real railways, museums, tours, trip reports, all that kind of good stuff will hopefully be back before the end of the year. Let's hope so. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again all really, really soon. Hooroo!